Hello, I'm Toycat and welcome back to the second channel geography video. This is Evan's series where I talk about geography and the world and stuff. And today I have some bad news for you all. If you're looking for a, informative video and you want to learn some stuff like you probably usually do on this channel, there's going to be a little bit of that, but most of this is just a little bit of fun because I wanted to talk about a place that you maybe can't normally talk about. So yeah, there's no swearing in this video. I'm not going to be using any swear words, but I will be talking about Austrian place names. So maybe you know where that's going because I haven't spoken about Austria directly in a video for quite some time. I always speak about it kind of indirectly, like, oh, in Austria this, Austria that, but it's never really had its own video, despite me knowing several Austrians over time, meeting several Austrians. It's a very interesting country in a lot of different ways that I have been to twice, but despite that, I haven't really spoken about Austria, and I haven't spoken about one of the more interesting regions of Austria, which is Upper Austria. So this is the upper part of Austria, which is famous for a lot of reasons, such as the biggest city being Linz, pretty easy city to get into for a lot of places, and also because of Hitler's birthplace. That's right, Hitler was born here, right on the now German-Austrian border, and that's a pretty wild thing by itself, but the subject of today's video is neither of those things. It's instead going to be the Austrian villages. So there's a bunch of Austrian villages found around here, and like seriously, look how many villages there are in Upper Austria. Like, you just see how many there is on the map, and a lot of these actually end up with really, really silly names. Some of my favorites are Anger, Hucking, and you see a lot of ridiculous names, but the one that seems to have attracted the most attention is actually this village right here. That's right, fucking Austria is one of the most popular and most visited places in the Salzburg-Linz area, and it's kind of wild that like a place is popular just because of its place name, but what's even crazier to me is the story of how this happened. So let me tell you a little bit about fucking Austria. You might have seen the fucking sign before, and I'm going to be telling you about how this actually, came to be, how this only became a recent phenomenon, because it's not something that anyone even realized, because the village has existed for almost 1,000 years, but despite that, no one really realized that the village, had a name that was interesting in English until after World War II, because during World War II, the occupation by the Allies, some American and British, or let's just say English-speaking soldiers, were in the nearby towns, and they they came past fucking, and they're like, that's a funny name. That's it is a funny name. So what they decided to do is they started taking pictures of the sign, and the villagers were like a little bit amused by that because the population of this village is only 100. No one spoke English, and it just didn't occur to them before that, and they're like, oh, it's kind of funny. People like seeing the fucking sign. What a cute little thing. But over time, it has developed being a huge hotspot, and now this is a genuine, fucking tourist destination for British people. A lot of people like to go there for that. So let me explain a little bit about the story, because it's kind of tragic, honestly, because this sign right here, the fucking sign, is something that is stolen all the time, because even though, you see this, and, most people seeing this picture is funny. It looks fake, right? This isn't a real sign. No, this is a real fucking sign, and people like to take the fucking sign, which is a, really annoying thing, because there's only 100 villagers, and, 100 villagers, replacing a sign like this on a regular basis became a real big problem, and because of that, they had to replace the fucking sign with an immovable fucking sign. That's right, they had to make a special fund just so they could afford, like a sign that couldn't be stolen. It's locked down a bunch of ways, and yeah, the fucking sign became a real problem for them all, and a lot of, it even reacted, one of the villagers made a, direct comment to the world of like, I don't see what the big fucking joke is, and honestly, I kind of get him, like, why do people find it funny? I don't know for sure, but the crazy thing is that since they've made the sign unstealable, like it is right now, there's become a new trend, mostly with British people. Again, makes you facepalm a bit, but people actually, instead of seeing it as the name of a village, like we're talking about in this video, somehow they saw it as being like, like an instruction to do sex. So what they decided to do is start taking pictures in front of the sign, doing the instruction and taking picture, and it's just basically, long story short, people are doing bad things in front of the fucking sign, and I think that's pretty bad in my opinion. But the other thing about fucking that I find interesting is the fact that it actually has, they actually have their own mayor. So despite only having 100 people in the village, they do still have a mayor. He is the fucking mayor, and funnily enough, because he knows that he's the mayor of a tiny village that's famous for its name, he refuses to do any interviews. That's right, whenever people ask him, he's like, no fucking interviews, because he knows that he's just gonna get fucking questions, and he'll have to give fucking answers, and he just don't want to go for any of that. So because of that, there's no press interviews. There's like a blanket no media policy, just because he does want to draw attention to the name. Because let's be honest, the truth is that fucking Austria doesn't want to be known for the way it is. They've had like debates on changing the name, but it always comes down to like, let's keep the the heritage. No point getting rid of it just because of British people, basically. It is more than that, but it is mostly British people. Why change the name just for that? And you know, it's kind of logical thing, and but the truth is like they don't want to be well known. They want it to slowly fade away because there isn't any real benefit to fucking being a tourist destination. There's only one fucking restaurant, this one right here. There are no fucking trains in and out. There is no fucking like this is surprising to me, as well as having no trains and no fucking train service. There is no fucking buses whatsoever. There is no fucking bus service, and I just found that to be absolutely wild. The fact that fucking Austria, despite being a big fucking deal, it ended up not having any like real transport, because again, it's a village. The locals don't need it. It's something that doesn't make sense. And yeah, that's the long story short behind fucking Austria. It's a place that's only famous for its name. It's a place that you only find interesting and funny because of its English name. And it's a place that they'd rather just kind of went away. The fucking mayor is doing, and the fucking people there, they really want it to like kind of just fade out. But right now, it's a fucking tourist destination, and because of that, you can go visit it and stand in front of the sign. Just know that the fucking residents don't want you in front of the fucking sign. So keep that in mind if you ever are considering going. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I totally was very serious during all of that. I hope no one thinks that I swore at any point in today's video. Again, we're just talking about fucking Austria. Very, very important issue. Let me know. I hope you all enjoyed the video. As always, links down below. I'll put the Reddit link and the Flatter link if you're into those things. And second channel, don't care. Goodbye.